Hello guys! Many of you probably looking for something to watch, to kill some time, waiting for point 3 to launch, and I got you covered. This video is explaining of general concept of what I wanna do at the start of the league, but make sure to let me know in the comments what is your build to start with, or maybe I can inspire you to change your ways, as I'm gonna share the tech I'm intending to use on my starter build. I have never made a shield build before, and couldn't make the test run either because of the changes to the skill are kinda big, kinda change the mechanic overall, so hopefully it's not a disaster. My starter is going to be a Shieldwall Tactician. The main reason for it is that I really want to test the armor after changes, and using spears or maces doesn't really feel like fun to me. I really don't like these weapons. The only option left is to use a shield skill. Cause we still don't have the swords in the game, because God forbid. And oh boy, is shield wall buffed. Not only it's gonna now explode in 4 meters in all directions, which is a huge AoE, but it will also deal up to 140% more damage to enemies if the wall is destroyed by us. At max level with some plus level skills, we will be looking at like 600+% weapon damage on explosion, which I remind you is 4 meters in radius. Base. That's gonna be huge. I just really hope that you can break the shield wall with the shield charge in melee without having to actually run through it. I just wanna punch in place and make it explode, you know? But let's go over why Tactician out of all ascendancies. And let me tell you, GGG will have to prepare for unforeseen consequences, because they made one change that actually makes this setup stronger than I expected. Polish the gear will grant 20% of armor as deflection rating instead of 100% of armor as extra stun threshold. And according to my calculations, we should be around like 10 to 12k rating, which I don't know if it's a lot or not, because we don't know the scaling yet. But it might end up giving us a decent chance of reducing 40% of incoming damage. And then the main note that I wanted to cook around armor is the next one in line. Stay light, use cover. It's a nice note that exists to give people nice armor evasion mix option, but instead we will just abuse it. We're gonna completely ignore the evasion part of it, and we focus on armor. It makes us defend always with 200% of armor. Let me tell you, with full rage, fully stacked scavenge plates, and buff from banner, we should be looking at about 50 to 60k armor. It might be a little bit different because I don't know how the tree will look like after the changes. I will have to tweak it a little bit. But we should be around that place, right? Which means, due to double armor defense, we have over 100k armor against enemy hits. I would hope that this calculation also applies to armor against elemental damage with new modifiers, because otherwise it's kinda eh. And then for the last 2 points, we're gonna grab solid plan and whoever pays best, for half cost of persistent skills and ability to use multiple banners and having 5 glory per second regen for them. It's very expensive to cast a banner as it requires 200 glory to use, which means we need 40 seconds to use banner that lasts about 15-16 seconds. Maybe some support gems and tree nodes will bring it down a bit or make the regen faster. Hopefully it's possible to have near 100% uptime on banners, because they are really strong now. Defiance banner grants us 30% more armor and evasion and 30% move speed, and War banner grants 25% more attack damage, 50% accuracy rating, and 25% increased attack speed. Preferably I would want to run both of them at the same time and have them run at all times, but hey. At worst we're gonna stick to the armor and evasion one. Since we are playing with a shield skill, we have few options for the main hand, but I think of 2 possibilities. Either it's one-handed mace with plus 5 levels, to slam ASAP the walls to break them, just in case the shield charge and melee doesn't work. But preferably, I want to use Palm of the Dreamer. The added chaos damage is comparable to plus 5 levels in DPS, but it's actually better because it's chaos damage, duh. We get Dreaming Gloom Shrine effect that makes clear better and prevents some of on-death effects from monsters, so it's an extra defensive layer for us. And we can also roll plus 13% skill effect duration on it, who makes banners last longer. And aside of that, since it's still a scepter, we're gonna get 100 spirit, which is big, because all of our buffs gonna cost 50% less because of ascendancy, and we get a bit of a chaos rest from impurity. That is just a good deal. For the sustain, I'm gonna go with life leech. Taking fast metabolism node keeps the leech going even after reaching maximum HP. It was really good at keeping my last 25k armor build alive, even without access to block or evasion. which was a big mistake by the way, don't get me wrong. But now this build with some block and much more HP than the previous one, I'm sure it's gonna be one hella tanky beast. I'm pretty much looking forward for the league to start. I hope it's not gonna be a disaster. And that's pretty much it for my build concept video. Thanks for watching, leave a sub and a like, it helps video a lot. See you in the next one.